Hello, this is Targor. Welcome to my vision of World of Warcraft Classic Plus. This video is a Twitch stream that was not edited, so it's going to look like a Twitch stream. The design direction of my vision of Classic Plus is substantially different from that of Retail WoW, Circuit Shadowlands, and the private service Vanilla Plus Internal WoW. This is partially because this aims to fix Vanilla WoW's many problems first, flesh out impulses already there second, and then my vision aims to add new content third. This is part of a playlist of videos. Check this video's description for a link to the playlist. The document displays my vision of WoW Classic Plus, and the document's version number is version 1.5.16. All versions of the document are based upon patch 1.12.2 of World of Warcraft, the one before the Burning Crusade pre-patch. If you just want to know about the general design direction of my vision of WoW Classic Plus, before otherwise looking into this, to watch the introduction video in this playlist or read the document yourself and look at the list of major features. The link to the document is on my channel's About page. That and I do not have a team of people or however worked with me to make an actual private server out of this. This is all pure design thus far, and it ain't done yet. Now then, the actual stuff about hunter pets. Pet family. The important definitions to go over. This is a glossary of the design document, part of it. Pet family. Unlike WoW's later expansion packs, hunter pets are not clumped into the categories of cunning, tenacity, or ferocity. Instead, the term pet family refers to the old definition of pet family, the really old one, which is whether a pet is a cat, bear, hyena, or whichever other type of beast. Pet species, however, means a specific member of a hunter pet family. For example, Heckle-fanged hyena from the hyena family, or Grayed lava spider from the spider family, or Barnabas from the... Barnabas is a rare spawn, by the way. Now then, back to hunter pets, 7.18. My agenda for hunter pets. Agenda. I want to make no family of pets suck, in part by making them all have a non-unique special ability. Some pets can be raiding pets, some pets can be PvP pets, and some pets can be for other shenanigans. They don't all have to deal quite the same amount of damage per second in raids. I also want to make pets be less overpowered at low levels, but as partially covered in Beast Mastery talent changes in the Hunters video that I already recorded. Again, you can find that video in the playlist, linked in the description. I also want to add several new families of hunter pets to the game. Now then, as you might have seen in the outline there. Now then, general hunter pet changes. First off, the death of a hunter pet shall work as such. When the pet dies, it's dead, and after 5 consecutive minutes of being dead, it'll respawn at its corpse, simulating a corpse run. And then its happiness will decrease as it had when you revived your pet in vanilla with the revive pet spell, or when somebody casts a resurrection spell on it, and then the pet will despawn if you are not in the pet's line of sight at that exact moment, after which you may call the pet with call pet. If you or somebody else resurrects your pet, then the pet will still lose happiness as the pet had in vanilla. This will fix an exploit where hunters are able to prevent their pets from losing happiness after they died by waiting for them to automatically despawn after they died and then calling them instead of casting a revive pet. All hunter pets will, when attempting to attack an opponent in melee, attempt to position themselves in such a manner that they are not hitting the front of the opponent. They, if they are not hitting the back 180 degrees of the opponent, will reposition themselves so that they are hitting the back 180 degrees of the opponent, referred to as arc in this case, that they may attack the front 180 degrees of the opponent en route if they are not in the range of the back arc of the opponent yet. When that hunter pet has aggro on its target, it'll attack the front of the opponent and so it has aggro. Hold on. This will prevent hunter pets from getting their attacks parried in raids, which can be pretty bad for tanks. And they won't be able to simply attack the very back of the boss with an enable. For example, hunter pet saw to attack the side of Nixie's back arc so that the pet will get hit by neither her fire breath nor her tail swipes. It shall be ensured that hunter pets cannot go up slopes that player characters cannot normally go up, lest they, for example, pull electrocution or 9000 from far below its platform, or pull Nemnari Coldbringer from lower down the hill that he's on top of. It'll also be ensured that hunter pets get hurt by lava too. This will prevent a lot of exploits. If it was not already the case before, you will not be able to obtain the pets of non-player characters, such as the pets of Razorman Hunters or Ileana Ravenoak. All caster pets shall be turned into non-caster pets when tamed. As such, beasts of mana bars, once tamed, will have the same stats for their level as other beasts of their species that do not have mana bars being tamed. Of course, however, this mana worms will still have mana bars. More on that later in this video. But they won't be classified as caster pets, so they'll just be plain pets. If it would be a change after the Eyes of the Beast ends, your pet will go back to the stance that it was in before the spell was casted, and it'll go back to fall or stay, depending upon which one it was set to before the spell was casted. The icon of Screech, the pet move, will be changed to look like an owl, because now only owls get it. Bats and carrion birds get something else, new abilities. Happiness damage modifiers will not affect... Happiness damage modifiers will affect not only the physical damage dealt by your pet, DMG, but it'll also affect all damage dealt by your pet. This will help you to balance out pet abilities and pet unarmed elemental damage. More on that later in this video. I might increase the threat generation of Growl, the pet move, and accordingly increase the aggro reduction of Cower, the pet move. Pet aggro radius will be made more consistent than it was in vanilla. I'm not so sure how it's going to work yet. Oh, there's a fly on the monitor. And now it's gone. I couldn't squish it fast enough. The general artificial intelligence of Hunter Pets shall be as it was during, say, the final patch of the Burning Crusade, if not better, except are otherwise stated in its document. All Hunter Pet base attack speed shall be 2.0, and their running speed shall be normalized, but I'm compensating for it by leaps and bounds. Very, very overcompensating for it by a fuck ton. I compose an entire list of secondary stats that every single pet in the entire game will get. So for example, Dusk Bats will get 1.63% bonus dodge chance, 0.5083 repeating attack power per level, and 0.1694 repeating stamina per level. Iron Fair Bears will get 3.38 repeating armor per level, 0.25416 repeating stamina per level, and 0.1964 repeating strength per level. Old Grizzlegut gets no stats because he lost those when he got old. Young Thistleborers get 1.74% dodge chance, 0.2416 repeating stamina per level, and 0.12083 repeating strength per level. Oh, I did rename the Quill Beast here. Okay, good. I did forget. I did remember to do that. Carrion birds will all gain half of a nature resistance per level as a free stat in addition to the below listed stats, because how else did he eat rotting corpses and not die? Also, he's not that amazingly good in PvP anyway. More on that later in this video. So yeah, I did a fuck ton of things to all these pets. Every single tameable beast in the entire game, excluding those that I have not added to the game yet. Excluding the beasts that have not been added proper to the game yet. So, new NPCs, it doesn't listen. A few of the more interesting ones. Death Strike Tarantula. Oh, there's a fly again. Did I get it? Did I get it? Oh, I got it. I got it. It's dead. Oh, yeah, that's good. I killed the fly. Now to get a new napkin. And wash my hand. I'll be right back. Man, so... Alright, play the strength real quick. So yeah, some pets get different special abilities than other pets of the same species do. Deathstrike Tarantula gets Execute, the pet ability I am adding more on that later in this video, instead of Web. Deathstrike Tarantulas also get double base stats because Execute normally comes with Dash, which spiders do not get. And then Syrian Lava Spiders, they learn Fireball instead of Web. They get double base stats because Fireball can also be found on certain wind serpents, and those usually have dive, but spiders don't get dash or dive. Speaking of Fireball, by the way, Fireball at each level should deal this much damage. So based on the level of the pet, so at level 60 it'll do 116 damage plus 12 damage over 4 seconds. 2-second ticks. It costs 50 focus, 50, 50, and has a 10-second cooldown, and he died itself over 4 seconds, 2-second ticks, as I mentioned. Yeah, there are a fuck ton of changes here. By the way, I even added a pet of its own unique Frost. Hikari Frostwings learn Frost Breath, which no other species of pet in the entire game can learn, instead of Lightning Breath. It functions as web, it says with a 3-second 25% slow, checks frost resistance, and can be dispelled. And deals frost damage to scales with the pet slow that is roughly equal to that by its physical damage. I have not defined its damage yet, but I'll get around to it at some point. And by the way, Web is not nearly as powerful as it was in Wrath of the Lich King. Anyway, back to the pet stuff. So yeah, that's what I did to compensate for normalizing all the pet-based attack speeds and run/chasing speeds. And by the way, I'll also normalize all pet damage types. I also turned Lupos, made Lupos deal physical damage instead of shadow damage with hit. Hey, wait a second. I probably already mentioned that in the document. Lupos. Oh yeah, as part of the normalizing all pet attack speed and movement speed, this guy no longer has physical damage converted to shadow damage. Yep, I already mentioned it. Good. I remembered. The init health, armor, and damage bonuses / penalties that each family of pet will get shall be defined as follows. Listen to the order of health, and then in the order of health / armor / damage. Bats, minus 4% health, normal armor, plus 14% damage. They are an offensive pet. Bears, plus 6% health, plus 8% armor, minus 5% damage. They are a defensive pet. Plus 5% boars, plus 5% health, plus 2% armor, plus 3% damage. A defensive pet. Carrion birds, plus 3% health, normal armor, plus 2% damage. A general purpose. Okay, that's better. Cats, minus 2% hit points, normal armor, plus 8% damage. An offensive pet. Coatls, a new kind of pet, straight up out of Warcraft 3. I'm sorry I said that. I tried to cut off saying straight there at the moment I realized I shouldn't be actually saying that shit. And I kind of actually that's actually kind of out of character personally for you to actually say things like that. I'm sorry to say that. So yeah, Coatls, right, from Warcraft 3. Minus 2% health, minus 2% armor, plus 14% damage. It's offensive. Crabs, minus 3% health, plus 13% armor, minus 5% damage. Defensive. Crocolisks, normal health, plus 2% armor, plus 3% damage. A general purpose pet. Dragonhawks, minus 3% health, normal. Dragonhawks, minus 3% health, normal armor, plus 13% damage. An offensive pet. Eagles, another new one, just like Dragonhawks. Plus 2% health, normal armor, plus 3% damage. A general purpose pet. Gorillas, plus 6% health, minus 2% armor, plus 6% damage. A defensive pet. Hyenas, plus 1% health, normal armor, plus 4% damage. An offensive pet. Mana worms, another new one. Plus 4% health, normal armor, and plus 6% damage. A defensive pet. Owls, plus 1% health, plus 2% armor and damage. General purpose pet. Rams, another new one, plus 3% health, plus 1% armor, and plus 6% damage. A defensive pet. Raptors, normal health, plus 2% armor, plus 3% damage. A general purpose pet, unfortunately. Scorpions, minus 5% health, plus 8% armor, plus 2% damage. A defensive pet. Serpents, from Therein Crusade. Normal health and armor, plus 9% damage. An offensive pet. Snapdragons, also from Warcraft 3, a new pet. Plus 3% health, plus 5% armor, and plus 2% damage. A general purpose pet. Spiders, minus 3% health, plus 0% armor, plus 13% damage. An offensive pet. Tall Striders, plus 1% health, plus 1% armor, plus 3% damage. A general purpose pet. Turtles, plus 2% health, plus 13% armor, plus minus 5% damage. A defensive pet. I forgot where I was reading for a second. Wind Serpents, minus 5% health, normal armor, plus 10% damage. An offensive pet. And finally, Wolves, plus 2% health, plus 1% armor, and plus 7% damage. A general purpose pet. In order to obtain these values, I decided that each pet will have a total of plus 5% to their stats, that is, health bonus plus armor bonus plus damage bonus equals 5%, and then I'd arbitrarily assign, after that, the pet their bonus stats based upon their thematic characteristics, and then how I want them to be roughly even amount of offensive pets, general purpose pets, and defensive pets. And then because I gave the fallen beast an additional 5% arbitrary increase to their damage, and then I gave the fallen beast an additional 5% arbitrary increase to their damage because they don't have claw or big bite, a new ability. Big bite as opposed to regular bite. So bats, boars, codals, dragonhawks, gorillas, man-o-worms, rams, spiders, trolls, and wolves all get an extra plus 5% damage. And then he decided that the pets that don't get dive or dash should get a little buff for their defenses. Most of these pets had their special abilities buffed instead, but bears and serpents did not. You know, I find it hard to believe that wolves actually didn't get bite. Excuse me, didn't get claw. I find that a little hard to believe. Okay. If memory serves me right, they didn't. But I can correct it real quick if they did. If they did get claw by just lowering this number to 2%. Anyway, Coward's training point cost shall be 3, 7, 12, 16, 20, and 25, and ranks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, respectively. Align a single pet to have max rank Claw, max rank their special ability, max rank Dash or Dive, and max rank Cower, as well as Fire, Frost, Nature, Arcane, or Shadow Resistance 5, see below. Shadow Resistance 4 shall require pet level 50 to learn, up from pet level 40, just like all the other Resistance 4s. Rank 4, Reach Resistance skill. Well, all require level 50 to learn, including Shadow Resistance now. Not including Shadow Resistance. Anyway, Fire, Frost, Nature, Arcane, and Shadow Resistance 1, 2, 3, and 4 will get twice as much to the resistance as before. Budget training point cost shall be doubled, with ranks 1 and 2 of those skills arbitrarily costing an additional 10 points on top of the doubling, for the time being, and also after the doubling, to help balance low level PvP and make leveling be less trivial. And therefore be more engaging for hunters. New pet abilities. Fire, Frost, Nature, Arcane, and Shadow Resistance 5. 5 different skills. 200 each one costs 200 training points. Effects. Increases the resistance that you picked by 315. Source. Pet trainers. Required level 60. This will enable pets to do a lot more surviving raids than they could before. Speaking of which, I'm considering... I really don't want to make pets just take X% less AoE damage, passively, because that... I don't like what that would imply about thematics. But I'm probably going to end up having to do that in order to make pets actually survive in raids, especially if the new mechanics I'm thinking of adding and haven't actually put into the document yet. So yeah. Pets shall have energy instead of focus, and everything that costs a focus will instead cost an equal amount of energy. Hold on. Focus is mechanically the same as energy anyway, and energy thematically makes more sense than focus. As such, focus will be removed from the game. Some other changes were made that concern hunter pets, but do not necessarily belong to this section. See section number 4.0.7, changes related to hunter pets, for information about hunter pets that have to do more with the world than with hunter pets themselves. The world as in Azeroth, foreign dungeons, raids, and battlegrounds. Moving on. Bat changes. Bats and carrion birds no longer learn Screech. Due to this, rank 2 of Screech will be deleted because there is no else in this game from which you could obtain rank 2 of Screech. And because of that, rank 3 will be renamed to rank 2 without otherwise being changed, and rank 4 will be renamed to rank 3 without otherwise being changed. A new pet ability, Echolocation. 1 rank, bat only. 25 training points, point blank range. They already say the training points. Instant cast, channeled. 15 energy, 30-second cooldown. Automatically detects all stealth and invisible creatures around. Yeah, while channeled. Channeling echolocation costs 15 energy per second. If a hostile stealth or invisible creature is detected, then echolocation will end, and the bat will immediately begin to attack that creature, regardless of the bat's stance. Moving, taking damage, or performing another action will end echolocation early. The cooldown will not begin until echolocation ends. This can be sustained for much longer if the hunter gets Bestial Discipline, the talent. Casting the Eyes of the Beast during echolocation will not cancel it. The hunter will not detect what the bat detects unless the hunter is using the Eyes of the Beast, or, of course, the bat makes the target stop being self-invisible by hitting it or some shit. When the bat spots something, it will get a 5-second red debuff called Spotted, which allows the bat to ignore all stealth and invisibility effects upon the creature for its duration. If the bat detects multiple creatures, then it will attack a random stealth or invisible creature that it detected. So, any of them. The bat's automatically attacking white spots may be manually canceled if you're fast enough. No level of stealth or invisibility, or Game Master invisibility, will prevent you from being spotted by echolocation. So, for example, a level 1 bat using the echolocation will always detect a level 60 rogue with max rank camouflage and plus stealth boots, who's using a cloaking device and has Vanish up. The little short buff that Vanish gives you. Due to the nature of echolocation, vanishing or becoming invisible after being spotted by a bat's echolocation will not make the bat lose track of you if you, at the time of vanishing or becoming invisible, still have the spotted debuff on you. And also, the bat Blind Hunter, when tamed, will be vulnerable to crowd control like a normal pet bat would. That's at the top. Didn't hit the enter key hard enough. Bear changes. They get a new ability. Swipe. 7 ranks. Melee range. Instant cast. 40 energy. Deals X and Y damage to up to 3 targets in front of you. The bear. Causes a small amount of additional threat. If bear druids can do it, why not pet bears? Rank 1. 6 to 10 damage. Level 8. 4 training points. Rank 2. 9 to 13 damage. Level 16. 7 training points. Rank 3. 12 to 18. Etc. etc. And then rank 7. The max rank, 35 to 51 damage, level 56, 25 training points. All ranks generate 75% bonus threats. Percent meaning percent of damage out. Boars. Boars will no longer no charge. They'll instead have this new ability. Knockdown, pet. 1 rank, 25 training points. 50 energy. 4T second cooldown. Instant cast. Melee range, physical school, 4 only. Knocks down the foe for 1 second. I don't need to have that word there. That phrase there. It's implied as 4 only. Yeah, knocks down the foe for 1 second. Furthermore, Mulgores, Battle Boars, and Bristleback Battle Boars, Brow Boars, were renamed to Quillbeasts and Bristleback Quillbeasts, respectively. Remember the Quillbeasts that Rexar could summon in Warcraft 3? Well, they're going to be in this Classic Plus. So yeah, Quillbeasts and Bristleback Quillbeasts will have a unique pet ability when tamed, but they won't be able to learn Knockdown. They won't be able to learn Knockdown, yeah. New pet ability, Quill Throw. 1 rank. Learned from Quillbeasts and Bristleback Quillbeasts exclusively. 25 training points. 50 energy. Instant cast. 20 yard range. Physical school. Quillbeasts and Bristleback Quillbeasts only. Growth quills at the target, dealing X and Y damage based on your level. The following damage values were obtained by translating the Lightning Breath level 60 damage without spell damage scaling into Quill Throws level 60 damage by using the Ionization formula document, like section number 3.0.6, Ionization methodology, which I already did a video on. Check the playlist in the description if you care. To perform the damage check conversion. And then it took Fell Bolts for eliminating Shadow Bolts, level-based damage scaling, accounting for cast times, and applied it to the spell's lower ranks. And then they filled in the blanks to make the progression book smoother. X is the following values as displayed the amount of damage X to Y The spell has the following damage ranges as displayed below. Level 3, 9 to 12 damage. Level 4, 10 to 13. 5, 11 to 14. 6, 12 to 14, etc. So on. I'm not saying all that shit. Until level 60, 148 to 170 damage. This damage does not check avoidance. And it can crit, but do note that armor exists. Next, anyway, moving on. Carrion bird changes. Sky shadows will be tameable. The carrion birds in Deadwind Pass. All carrion birds will be passively immune to feign death. If anything, you know something is really dead, it'd be carrion birds. Bats and carrion birds no longer learn Screech. Due to this, rank 2, I already said that. All carrion birds will always refuse to eat everything that they are fed with the spell Feed Pet. You must instead use their new ability to feed them. Eat. 25 cost 25 training points. 5-yard range. Instant. Channel. 10-second duration. 1-minute cooldown. Causing your pet to eat the corpse of the targeted beast, critter, dragonkin, humanoid, insect, or undead. Provided that it is not 4 or more levels above your pet. Provided that it's not 4 levels above your pet or higher. This will cause your pet to heal for 7% of its maximum health and significantly increase its happiness every 2 seconds. Based on the level of the corpse compared to the pet. After using Eat, if it spent at least 2 seconds eating the corpse, its next successful melee attack within 5 minutes will attempt to disease the opponent, increasing all physical melee damage taken by 1% for 5 minutes. By the way, it attacks everything but itself. Any movement, action, or damage taken by the carrion bird while eating will end the eating early. Carrion birds will not eat a target that is pretending to be dead. So if you're a hunter that's feigning death, carrion birds will not eat you. Some notes about the ability. They can eat diseased corpses without getting sick in real life, and at least one species of carrion bird in real life can eat bones. So yeah. The debuff will be named Infected Wound. The silverware icon will be used for each tooltips to make its function be extra obvious for people to detain their first carrion bird. The debuff, being named Infected Wound, will not stack up other debuffs with the same name from non-player characters or not. In the case of a successful attack not applying Infected Wound, the carrion bird's disease carrying buff will be consumed. Using the pet trainer to cause your pet to forget all of its skills will not cause your pet to forget Eat, though it will make the pet forget all of its other abilities. All carrion birds will know Eat when tamed, but redundant as it would be, the hunter will still be able to learn that pet ability that is added to the beast training list. Cat changes. Prowl ranks 1, 2, and 3 will be renamed to ranks 3, 4, and 5 respectively because I'm adding 2 new lower ranks. New rank 1 is learned at level 10, and new rank 2 is learned at level 20. Level 10 rank 1 will cost 5 training points and slow your pet to 40% normal and have no damage boost. And be learned from the rare mod named Shadow Claw exclusively. Rank 2 will be the level 21 will cost 10 training points to slow your pet to 45% normal and have a 5% damage boost and be learned from Crag Stalkers and the 1,000 Needles. Coatls from Warcraft 3. What the fuck did I write that? How embarrassing. Anyway, from Warcraft 3 to Frozen Throne, hold on. Coatls will be added to places inhabited by Nagas, though you can only tame wild ones, which can only be found in Azhara. Their models will be similar to their Warcraft 3 to Frozen Throne models, not the Reforged models. Their abilities are Bite, Dispel Magic, Pet, Dive, Growl, Cower, and Pet Trainer abilities. Their diet is exclusively fish. So yes, Dispel Magic, their ability, is a 30-yard range, instant cast, costs 75 energy, and has a 1-minute cooldown. It's learned from Coatls. Dispels magic from the target, removing 1 harmful spell from a friend or 1 beneficial effect from an enemy. This family of pet has yet to be added to the secondary pet stat socket that I showed you. Crab changes. They get a new ability, Pin. It's like the Rapid Lich King ability, but it's not as good. 5-yard range, instant cast, melee range. Oh, I already said the range. 35 energy, 20-second cooldown. Channel, 1-second duration. Deals X to Y physical damage. And then attempts to immobilize the target for 1 second. The crab will also be immobilized for 1 second if the immobilization is successful. Based on the Lich King ability yet again, but it's not as good. This will deal damage to targets that are immune to immobilization without the channel portion ability that is impending happening. First specifications are as follows. Rank 1, 15 to 19 damage, level 8, 4 training points, and so on and so forth. Until rank 6, 78 to 102 damage, level 52, 25 training points. By the way, I am adding new crabs to the southern coast of Zentara. Crocolisk changes. Crocolisks will no longer learn Bite, nor will any of them know Untamed. They'll get a new ability instead. Big Bite. 100 energy, melee range, instant cast, 10-second cooldown. Of course, only Crocolisks get it. Takes a big bite out of the foe, dealing X to Y physical damage. If you ever get bit by a crocodile in real life, we'll need to revive, but fuck, it's probably gonna hurt. It may seem so at first see, but that's kind of the point of taming a crocolisk. First specifications are as follows. Rank 1, level 8, 4 training points, 51 to 61 damage. Rank 2, level 16, 7 training points, 78 to 94 damage. Rank 3, level 24, 10 training points, 102 to 122 damage. And yada etc. Rank 7, 270 to 324 damage. Level 56, 25 training points. Now imagine if you're a BM hunter, and you're using Beach of Wrath, and then Big Bite crits. And then the auto attack that comes with it also crits. The obligatory auto attack. Yeah, that would fucking hurt. With an 8-shot combo, especially. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of the point of taming Crocolisk spurts damage. So yeah, Dragonhawks. With the addition of Eversong Woods and the Ghostlands, more on that in a different video, they already recorded, will come Dragonhawks, which may be tamed by hunters. Abilities: Bite, Dive, Fire Breath, Growl, Cower, and Pet Trainer abilities. Diet: Fish, Fruit, Meat, just like in a Burning Crusade. New pet ability: Fire Breath. 1 rank, learned from Crazed Dragonhawk, only at 1. 25 training points, 50 energy, 10-yard range, 10-second cooldown, instant cast, Fire School. Breathes fire on up to 6 targets within a cone in front of the caster, dealing X fire damage, based on your level. This has 100% spell damage scaling, so the few Dragonhawks that get bonus fire damage as one of their pet secondary stats, they'll deal more damage with Fire Breath. This is the following values is displayed below. Levels 1 to 46, not applicable. Eversong Woods is a high level zone. Level 47, 72 damage. And yada etc. Level 60, 111 damage, just like in the Burning Crusade. Eagles, another new species of pet. Because the spell Eagle Eye implies that eagles exist in Warcraft, eagles will be added to the game in various places as sustainable beasts, and they'll use the Burning Crusades models, at least for the time being. Abilities shall be Bite, Claw, Cower, Rend, Pet, Dive, and Pet Trainer abilities. By the way, when I said for the time being in reference to the models, I mean, I don't remember how vanilla-like the Eagle models look, but I'm not going to look more vanilla-like than they do, maybe, depending on what they look like. I forgot what they look like. So yeah, your diet is going to be fish and meat. So yes, Rend, the pet ability, 7 ranks, 25 energy, melee range, instant cast. Makes it bleed for X fill damage over 12 seconds. Putting Rend on autocast will cause these pets to not... Putting Ace on autocast will cause your pet to only use the ability if the pet's Rend is not already active. The dot will take once per 3 seconds. Eagles Rend more than one sharp object at once, which justifies the Rend dealing more damage than it does for warriors. The below... Oh, in fact, the Rend with, I don't even remember how many talents eagles have, but eagles have more than 2 talents. I'm pretty sure about that. The below numbers were reverse engineered from Quill Throw, with ranks 1 through 7 going off of level 9, 17, 26, 34, 43, 51, and 60 Quill Throw, respectively. Rank 1, 20 damage. Rank 2, 32 damage. Rank 3, 56. Rank 4, 80. Rank 5, 112. Rank 6, 144. And then rank 7 deals 184 damage, requires level 56, and it costs 25 training points. Of course, lower ranks cost less training points, require lower level. It has lower ranks. Gorilla changes. Thunderstomp's effect shall be changed as such. Rank 1, 81 to 92 damage. 15% movement speed slow for 2 seconds, 10 training points. Rank 2, 105 to 118 physical damage. 20% movement speed slow for 2 seconds, 15 training points. Rank 3, 141, 162, 25% movement speed slow for 2 seconds, 20 training points. And in a new rank, Rank 4, 118 to 215 damage, 30% movement speed slow for 2 seconds, 25 training points. Thunderstomp will be changed to deal physical damage a la Thunderclap instead of dealing nature damage. It'll go off a melee crit instead of spell crit for double damage instead of 50% more damage. Thunderstomp is not affected by the standard AoE target cap of 6 targets. More on that in a different video, sweeping it. General class changes. Not sweeping NPC changes, that's a different one. General class changes. This is the video where we went over this. So Thunderstomp can hit an infinite number of targets that are within its range, but do note that it will still have a 1-minute cooldown. Hyena changes. New pet ability. Execute. Melee range. Instant cast. 20 energy. Deals XY damage and converts each extra point of energy into an additional Z damage. Only usable on enemies at low health. Like Warrior Execute. Rank 1. 57 to 80 damage plus 1/4 of a damage per energy. 8 training points, level 20. Rank 2. 84 to 117 damage plus 0.35 damage per energy. 13 training points, level 32. Rank 3. 121 to 170 damage plus half the damage per energy. 19 training points, level 44. And rank 4. 172 to 240 damage plus 3/4 of the damage per energy. 25 training points, level 56. So that's actually going to hit fairly hard. You're not going to want to be next to a hyena when you're at low health. Mana Worms. With the addition of Eversong Woods and the Ghostlands comes Mana Worms. Abilities. Bite, drain mana, growl, cower, and pet trainer abilities. Their diet is special. They eat mana. A special attribute for Mana Worms. All energy costs are reduced by 100% for all Mana Worms. Everything costs 0 energy for them. Another special thing about them. Mana Worms have a mana bar instead of an energy bar and will not regenerate mana from spirit inside or outside of combat. Instead, their mana will deteriorate based on their max mana, as the happiness of an unfed pet of a different family would, and having their mana burn, drain, or disperse will make them hungrier, but not sadder, and said hunger will make the pet act like it has not been fed in an accordingly long time, but also acts like it has been given just enough happiness during the effective time to prevent its happiness from decreasing until it, such that mana burns and whatnot do not immediately decrease happiness, but instead the hunger will simply cause it to go down faster and not all at once. Also, MP5 effects will give a mana. MP5 will give a mana, so do know that. So will stuff like Mana Spring Totem. However, you're going to need other players to do that. And another special thing about Mana Worms. Anything that increases Mana Worm's mana will count as feeding it, even if you attempt to increase its mana past its maximum. Furthermore, Dispel Feed Pet will have no effect upon a Mana Worm because you use this ability to feed it instead. Drain Mana Pet. 1 rank. 25 training points. Instant cast. Channel. Arcane School. Not Shadow. Arcane. Transfers. 2/3 of your pet's level's worth of mana. Based on your level, every 1 second from the target to you over 5 seconds, increasing your happiness. Mana Worms may only be fed mana. Unlike the Warlock spell that checks arcane resistance instead of shadow resistance. I might buff this ability. All Mana Worms will notice when tamed. Using the pet trainer to cause your pet to forget all of its skills will not cause it to forget this ability, though it will make the pet forget all of its other abilities. So yeah, drain mana, this pet ability. At level 60, will drain 40 mana per second. Owl changes. Screech will reduce the opponent's melee damage by X attack power's worth of damage, or 3%, whichever is greater. However, rank 1 of Screech will have a reduced chance to affect enemies above level 49, and rank 2 will have a reduced chance to affect enemies above level 57. But rank 3 will affect everything normally, such that each level higher than 49 or 57 respectively, for ranks 1 and 2 respectively, incurs a 9% hit and short spell hit penalty per level above this or that. Not having its level beats levitation here would mean that Hunters and Deductees rank 1 and Screech at levels 50 and 60. Rams, a new kind of pet. Rams will be tameable beasts. They'll get Bite, Growl, Cower, Charge, the old Boar ability, and Pet Trainer abilities. Design note, I cannot just not give Rams Charge because they're fucking Rams. Unfortunately, this means that, oh, this part is outdated. Yeah, I added a new board ability last document version. I forgot to delete that design note. Anyway, their diet is fruit. Design note. This is much easier on development of the players than making rams have to graze in order to eat. I don't have to give them an ability called graze. So therefore, I do not have to define which terrain is grass and which terrain is not. Moving on. The rams just eat fruit instead. Raptors get Disarm as their special ability. It disarms the target for 1 second on a 25-second cooldown, which costs 50 energy to use. It costs 25 training points. Raptors are supposed to be smart, and they have arms and hands to do it with. Scorpion changes. Scorpion poison will have a spell damage coefficient of 25% over its duration. At 5 stacks, the bonus will effectively be 125%. Per stack over its duration. Yeah, 125% over its duration of 5 stacks. Do not forget that Scorpions cannot just instantly apply 5 stacks of Scorpion poison, or this is only relevant to species of Scorpion that actually get plus nature damage as a secondary pet stat. Serpents, from like in the Burning Crusade. Hunters will be able to tame serpents as they can already. But hunters will be able to tame serpents, period. Their abilities shall be Bite, Venomous Bite instead of Poison Spit, and Growl, Cower, and Pet Trainer abilities. Their diet will be the same as it was in the Burning Crusade. I forgot to check to see what that was. So it presumably is just me. So Venomous Bite. 7 ranks. 100 energy, because what the fuck else will they spend it on? 20-second cooldown. Melee range. Instant cast. Injects the target with Venom, dealing X to Y physical damage, and then dealing Z nature damage over 10 seconds. Note, the dot ticks every 2 seconds, not 3, because it's a 10-second dot. The dot it does not tick every 5 seconds either. Yeah, it's every 2 seconds. Anyway, the dot will not be bigger if the physical damage crits. The damage is based in part upon Quill Throw's damage. Rank 1, 9 to 11 damage, plus 9 to 11 physical damage, plus 30 nature damage over 10 seconds. Level 12, 4 training points. Hold on. Okay. And I almost dropped my drink. Good thing it's got a lid on it. Okay, and Yada Sarah, rank 7. 72 to 87 physical damage, plus 240 nature damage over 10 seconds. Requires level 60 and 25 training points. Snapdragons. From Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne, Snapdragons will be added to place as inhabited by Nagas, though you can only tame wild ones, which can be found in Asara. Their models will be similar to their Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne, not reforged models. Design note, Warcraft 3 mandates that Snapdragons have spit poison because that is one of their abilities in Warcraft 3. Snapdragon abilities will be Spite, Claw, Spit Poison, which by the way is buffs, Growl, Cower, and Pet Trainer abilities. They exclusively eat fish. Spit Poison will work exactly as it had for Pet Serpents in patch 2.4.3 with Burning Crusade, except it will have no cooldown, cost 50 energy, deal 40% more base damage all ranks, and have 100% spell damage coefficient over its duration. Which is only relevant to certain species-specific pet poses, that is, the ones that get plus nature damage. By the way, I have not defined which Snapdragon NPCs are which in the game yet. They're just going to be in the game when I get around to it. This family pet has yet to be added to the secondary pet stats document, but when I do, they'll all deal nature elemental damage on hit, like most serpents and spiders do. Now, elemental damage in this case means elemental damage like from Iceblade Hacker and Venom Strike. The plus X to Y damage in white text and weapons tooltips. Moving on. Spider changes. Their special ability will be Web. 20-yard range, instant cast, 50 energy, 25-second cooldown. Slows the foe's movement speed by X% for 12 seconds. At rank 1, that's 35%. Rank 2, 40%. Rank 3, 45%. And rank 4, 50%. I have not gotten around to defining training point cost yet, except rank 4 will cost 25 training points. This is not as good as the Rapid Lich King ability, by the way. Tall Strider changes. They get, instead of Broken Soup existing to interrupt casters, you'll use a Tall Strider. They get Kick. Tall Striders get Kick. Again, pet speed damage is normalized, so Broken Soup will have 2.0 attack speed now. So yeah, Tall Striders get Kick. It's their special ability. Melee range, instant cast, 50 energy, 15-second cooldown. Kicks the target, interrupting the spell being casted and dealing X or Y physical damage. This has no lockout. The lockout is 0 seconds long, so you can get right back to casting this spell the frame after you get kicked. Tall Striders have big legs, with which they can kick people, obviously. Unlike all other interrupts in the game, this one incurs no lockout. Extending the lockout from 0 to 2 seconds would make it be as strong as the Wrathful Lich King pet ability called Nether Shock, which, as well as the likes of it, it's a cooldown or shorten it as well. And I don't want pet special abilities to be that strong. Broken Tooth was roughly good in PvP versus Cactus Vanilla as Tall Striders are in this Classic Plus. It shall be ensured that this ability may be put on autocast in case you're raiding and are hitting a guy that cannot be interrupted. First specifics are as follows. Rank 1, 6 to 10 damage, 1 training point, level 1. Rank 2, 13 to 21 damage, 4 training points, level 8. Rank 3, 20 to 32 damage, 7 training points, level 16. And then, because the only other higher level Tall Strider is level fucking 52, and it is a rare elite, a rare spawn in the Barrens, or is it a rare elite, I forget. Oh wait, now I remember, it's a regular elite. Yeah, a regular elite in the Barrens I added is the only source of rank 4 kick, which deals 69 to 111 damage, costs 25 training points, and it is learned at level 50. Yeah, it's a regular elite, not a rare spawn, not a rare elite, a regular elite. That patrols the entire zone, and there's a quest to kill him after Deadmire. But I went over that in the quest changes video. And the changes related to Hunter Pets video, if I recall correctly. Anyway, turtle changes. Shell Shield will additionally grant the turtle 10% crit reduction for its duration, but only if it systematically makes sense. What is crit reduction? Crit reduction is the component of plus defense skill that exists in vanilla that reduces your ability to receive a your chance to receive a critical strike. So when a tank was said to be defense capped back in vanilla, that means they had 5.6% or higher crit reduction, which meant that NPCs of level 63 and higher, well, level 63, there wasn't any higher, could no longer critically strike them by any means at all, except lowering its defense skill, or using it as some kind of special ability to have an increased crit chance if forgot the aura enemy. Moving on, Wind Serpent changes. Ranks 2 through 6 of Lightning Breath will be renamed to ranks 1 through 5 because rank 1 is not obtainable in vanilla. And by the way, there shall be, yeah, I'll have to mention that actually. Anyway, and for more information about Hunter Pets, refer to section 4.0 Hunter Pets, 4.0.7. I'll scroll through that section slowly so that you can just read it slowly in case you want to read it. I don't feel like seeing all that stuff because I already did the video in this section. Which I lumped to this video. I also changed it related to lockpicking. And yeah, that's all I got for Hunter Pets, aside from any changes to Hunters themselves, which is the last video I did. That video can be found in the playlist that is in this video's description. Thanks for watching.